The trials of the American education system are often undercovered. So tonight we'll get updates on two different communities and how they're coping with school systems on the brink. In Puerto Rico, education officials announced 283 of the island's schools will close this summer. They blame the post-Hurricane Maria economic slump, along with the drop in student enrollment because of families leaving Puerto Rico. We'll have more from Puerto Rico in a moment. But first, to Oklahoma, where some of the state's largest school districts will remain closed on Monday. The state's largest teachers union says it will take more than the $40 million approved Friday by lawmakers to end their walkout. Ben Felder is a reporter with the Oklahoman and joins me now from Oklahoma City. All right, we're entering day 6 now, but by the time we get to day 8, what's the sticking point? What's still holding people back from finding and breaking through to a deal?
Yeah, well, the teacher walkout started last Monday with educators demanding more money for public schools. Prior to the walkout, the state legislature had approved over $400 million in tax increases to fund some education funding, but mostly for teacher pay, which ranked near the last in the country. About a $6,100 raise was coming to teachers, and lawmakers thought that they had averted the walkout, but educators said that that wasn't enough. It actually wasn't until Friday that we saw the Oklahoma Education Association, which is the state's largest teachers union, put some specific demands on what it would take to end the walkout. Their two demands are for the governor to veto a bill that removes a hotel motel tax and for the legislature to pass a repeal of the capital gains deduction, which would generate more than $100 million.
How do those particular things affect? Is it teacher pay or is it textbooks in the classroom?
The teacher pay issue has seemingly been solved for the time being. You actually don't hear much talk about teacher pay at the Capitol as tens of thousands of teachers have gathered each day for rallies. What they are saying is that more money needs to be pumped into the classroom. If you look at over the last decade, education spending from the state has declined by about 9%. Almost 28% when you adjust it for inflation. That's the largest cut in the nation. Many schools say that they can't afford textbooks, resources, technology. Some schools, especially in rural communities, have turned to 4-day school weeks. There's over 2,000 emergency certified teachers. Just 5 years ago, there was less than 50. So educators have been saying that there's not enough money from the state going to education. It's been declining over the last 10 years, and they want to see the legislature act and putting some substantial funding boosts into the education funding stream.
Earlier in the week, we had a story on the NewsHour site with some of the tattered textbooks that teachers were posting online. You've been to some of these classrooms. How bad is the situation for those of us in other parts of the country?
In some places, it is pretty challenging for teachers. Not just because of the lack of support staff that some schools are unable to afford, like counselors and librarians and other support positions like that. But when you go into some schools, you do see a lack of technology. You do see tattered textbooks. I talked to a parent this week who said her daughter's textbook she brought home still has George Bush as the president. Lots of teachers and parents and students that were at the Capitol this week actually brought photos that they put on their signs to show some of the conditions in their schools. The state just launched a new education standards program with new goals, and education leaders say that if they are to meet those new academic standards and progress as a state in their school system, that they're going to need more funding. And at this point, teachers said that they had just had enough.
Finally, this is happening in a state that's pretty tax averse.
Yeah, that's correct. The legislature, like I said, last week had passed more than $400 million in taxes. That was a really was a historic moment for the state. That was the first time that the legislature had passed taxes since the early 90s. It actually takes a 3/4 vote in the legislature to pass taxes, and that's been a really high bar. A lot of lawmakers say that they've already done as much as they can, and they're not willing to cast another yes vote for more tax increases, especially as many of them go back home to some very conservative parts of the state and try to defend that vote as primaries come up in a couple months.
Ben Felder, reporter with the Oklahoman, joining us from Oklahoma City. Thanks so much.
Thank you.